1 month left. For 2 months left. Till. So I'm glad. Oh shit. Boom! Come on, Naeem! Naeem said, boom!
Boom.
Alright, let me do a little. Mr. Producer, we got all them hoes. Alright, we're live now, Harry.
Oof.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. You see that video?
No.
You know what? Fuck it, we're doing it live. There's a guy on national television. I think it was a Fox News guy. He was getting all pissed off because the teleprompter wasn't showing whatever he was supposed to say. Or he kept messing something up. And I believe while they were live, he goes, fuck it, we're doing it live. I don't know. Giggly guy. Boba Fett. I think he was calling you a giggly guy.
Me?
Oh, yeah. You're giggling.
See me.
All right, Harry. Well, we're back for another installment of the Ultimate Market Professionals, episode 29. Every episode becomes more and more action-packed, filled with alpha, opportunities for people to make money. I mean, this is what it is. This is what we do. We improve every week. So, what's going on, Bees? How you been, brother?
Man, how's it going?
Good. Doing very well. Yeah, the gentlemen are fucking locked in right now. The Discord is booming right now. We're getting multiple enrollments per day now. Which is huge because people are seeing the content and they're seeing the value of what it is that we're doing, and obviously they're jumping on the opportunity to be able to get into the Discord, which is intelligent. I know that these are intelligent people, smart investors, because they know March 1st, the Discord's going to 50 a month. Right now it's only 25. They got grandfathered in. They want to take that extra 25 a month and invest that into PEPE, turn that into $2,500. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to see the growth that we're having right now. The fitness campus starting to crack off. We got a lot of content in there right now. Oh, let them know. I know you're putting out another video this week, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I posted one last week on Saturday. So, in that, I think last stream I talked a little bit about what was put in that video. So this one's going to be pretty similar, but I'm going to talk about what I've done this week. I tried a couple new supplements out, had some interesting side effects. So I'm going to talk about the experience of those, talk about the results I've seen from those so far. And then I did my labs on Monday. So within the next week, I should be getting those back. And then I'm going to meet with the physician just to review all the lab work. So I'm going to talk about the results and just talk about the overall experience with the company I've been working with to get those done. But yeah, I mean, the main thing in the Discord right now for the fitness section is I've been posting every single day my full strength and cardio routine. So what I did for the day, how long it took me, sets, weights, all the exercises. So yeah, all that stuff's getting posted in there. And I feel like for what we do for sales, we're always telling people that it's something that they're going to end up doing eventually. So why not lock it in for the best price that you can? I feel like it's kind of the same way with the Discord and, with the Taylor's Code platform. It's kind of one of those things where, like, if you're consistently watching the content and you are investing in the markets, or, you're taking physical fitness seriously and you want to continue to improve that aspect of your life, it's one of those things where, like, eventually you're going to end up doing it. It's either now, bless you.
Thank you.
It's either now, you lock it in for $25 a month, or you inevitably end up doing it here in the next couple months and you pay double the price. So, the choice is up to people. They can do what they wish, but I know if I was in that position, I know it's something that's been interesting to me. It's something I've been considering doing. I'm going to take advantage over the next week, or the next 8 days, and get locked in at the best price I can. So
absolutely. And that's what's so important about the organization, is not just about crypto. Yeah, we're showing up on this stream specifically to talk about crypto, to talk about markets, because it's an opportunity to make money, but that's what it is. We're not here to be the, the crypto geek nerd dorks that are, blockchain technology, that's all I know about, which is, I mean, hey, it's cool to know about, but that's not the end all be all. That shouldn't be your whole entire personality. Your whole identity is, I do crypto. I'm a, NFT profile picture. You don't even know who the fuck I am. That's not what we're here to do, right? We're here to make money, but we're also here to be physically fit, mentally stable, spiritually healthy, right? If you want to make money in e-commerce, there's opportunities to make money in e-commerce inside the organization. If you want to do it with crypto, all these things are available. It's more than just crypto. It's about your whole lifestyle changing. It's becoming a better human being as a whole. Because we've talked about this before. You can make all the money in the world that you want if you're still a weak individual, if you're still a coward, if you're still not impressive as a person. It doesn't matter how much crypto you have. It doesn't matter how much money that you have. What is it really going to do for you? You're still not going to be able to attract the friends that you want to attract. You're still not going to be able to attract the woman that you want to attract. It doesn't matter. All the money in the world to somebody who's not important is just, you're just waiting to get robbed. So let's fucking grow, gentlemen. We're having tons of growth and it's exciting. But let's just jump into these charts. All right. So let me do a little Mr. Producer. So we're going to do webcam cap or no, screen capture. You have anything specific you want to look at before I jump into anything? Or
let
me see.
No, nothing. So I'm just trying to get trying to get the lighting right.
You're good.
No, I don't have anything specific. I feel like nothing's really changed too much from Monday. It's just continuing this chop is just continuing. Right. So, we're just kind of going sideways right now, waiting for something to be a catalyst, waiting for something to give one way or another.
So as we talked about on Monday, we'll just give a quick recap and we'll move on to the interesting stuff that I want to look at. So Bitcoin, like we said, no signal as long as it stays between February and yearly open. Now, if you look on the lower time frame, we did get a little retest of the yearly open, which is interesting. Interesting in the sense that it's still showing to be an important price point, right? So when you see these reactions at certain price levels and you see consistent reactions at them, then okay, this is a level that traders, investors are respecting, that they're saying, oh, I want to sell here, I want to buy here. So the reason we've had these labeled out the entire time is like, well, why would you do the monthly open? Why would you do the yearly open? Well, if you look, monthly open, as soon as we had the monthly open on February, we nuked straight down. We actually came down, retested the monthly open perfectly, nuked all the way down, came back and took liquidity out at the 2025 yearly open, immediately got a huge bounce to where? Once again, exactly the monthly open, rejected again. We drew all the way back down, and then we got this little wick one more time again where? Right on the 2025 yearly open. What happens once we wick that? Boom, straight back up. So clearly there's interaction happening there, meaning that people are interested at these levels. That's why we have them marked out, okay? Just so you guys understand why you would mark out certain levels, because they're important. People are transacting at those levels. But otherwise, there's no real signal. So just based off of this move, off the 2025 yearly open, we could start curling back up in here. But until we, number one, definitively reclaim this February open and then reclaim and sweep these highs and actually reclaim these highs, I don't see a breakout to new higher prices. So until we reclaim the monthly open and then this level right here, just expect more ranging, more chop. Okay. You got anything with that?
No. Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. There's not much to talk about on Bitcoin. It's just ranging. The only thing that you want to pay attention with Bitcoin is the fact that it has not broken down out of the range yet, which is incredibly positive. Okay. That's good because the rest of the market, even though it had drawn down quite a bit on altcoins, the fact that that Bitcoin's still in its range gives us the opportunity for a fast move up higher again because we haven't broken market structure on Bitcoin. Because as soon as Bitcoin breaks out of this range and starts to shoot back up to 125, 130K, okay, now altcoins are going to just go ahead and get dragged up with it, kicking and screaming. So that's Bitcoin. Not much to talk about there. What I do want to talk about is Ethereum. A couple interesting things that are happening on a lower time frame on Ethereum. So last stream on Monday, we talked about this potential pattern playing out here, which is really Interesting. So people were loving this. All right, let me get this out of here. Okay. So I want to show 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You should be in the way of that one on path. Yeah. Okay. All right, Beast, can you see this?
Yep.
Somebody call me? No. So look at this on Ethereum. We were talking about this last week, so I kind of drew it out a little bit better so people could understand what's happening here. So we talked about how this could play out, right? So over here, before Ethereum broke out up to 4,000, at the same time of the year as this year, it was back in February into March, right? We basically created this range on Ethereum. Okay, we came up from underside. We created this range right here, and we drew it out. And it had this false breakout on this range. Okay, so this basically is a false breakout. It's a deviation called a bear trap. So it gets people super bullish. They start opening up longs. They think it's going to start doing this move now as opposed to this and then coming and doing it. People think it's going to start pumping right there. It doesn't happen, right? So we actually get this false breakout. We come back down, start trading in the range again, and then we get this massive breakout up to $44,000, and that's when you saw Pepe do a 10x. You saw Andy and Wolf do 15, 20x's. Shit started ripping, right? So the reason that this is important is this move right here up to 4,000 caught people off guard. Why? Well, because you had this wick right here. Okay, if we want to zoom in a little bit. You had this wick right here on Ethereum that typically when a trader sees that, they're going to say, all right, well, we should get this move back down here to fill that wick, okay, to fill the wick before we move up higher. We never got that move. And what happened is you left a lot of people sidelined and a lot of people with late longs opening up here because they never got this wick back down. It actually just broke out of the range again. We got this literally straight up only for about a month on Ethereum, okay? So we're prospecting, we're looking at this, we're saying, well, hold on a second. That looks very similar to this move right here, okay? So you get your 1, which is your ranging section. We had this liquidation wick right here, okay? Well, no, actually, this is a little bit different. So this is the ranging section right here, 1. You get this false breakout of the range. We think, oh, okay, we're at 4,000. Everybody's super bullish. We think we're going to go to 6,000, 8,000. We're going to finally break out to all-time highs. Doesn't happen. False breakout. We break back down into the range and we create this liquidation wick right here. Okay, this cascade event. And again, what are a lot of traders calling for? What do people think are going to happen? We're going to come back down and fill this wick. Well, hold on a second. We didn't do that over here. What if we just continue to go like this sideways on Ethereum until Bitcoin breaks out of its range? If Bitcoin breaks out of its range and shows it's taking the next leg higher, you're going to see ETH do this move right here. And because this is on a much larger scale, you're going to see it go up to 6, 7, 8,000, not just 4,000, right? So I just want to reiterate that for people just to kind of see what our thoughts are on Ethereum and what could play out and be prepared to position for that because you don't want to get caught with your pants around your fucking ankles and, you know, ETH is at $4,000. You're like, oh shit, I should probably start positioning now. You missed half of the move, right?
Yeah. And I mean, we've been talking about this move, and I know whenever that liquidation event happened, there was a lot of uncertainty with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't know if it was going to roll over and continue to try and refill that wick before sending higher. And I think on Monday we were expressing I mean, at least for me, I don't think that we're going to see that wick get filled at this point. It just with the time of the year too. I mean, we're 8 days away from heading into March, which whenever we got that big liquidation event, we kind of figured out, okay, you know, we were expecting Ethereum to send pretty hard in February. With that happening, how many people got liquidated just wasn't going to happen. The sentiment around Ethereum just continued to get worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it's shown pretty good strength. I know earlier, you know, in the middle of this week, we saw Bitcoin retest was that the yearly open?
Yeah.
Or the February open?
The yearly open.
The yearly open?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we saw Bitcoin retest that level. You know, it's shown that number is obviously significant. I mean, it tapped it perfectly. and got sent back up. So I think that Bitcoin showing a lot of strength, that it's not willing to go below that number, is definitely super important for Ethereum because of the price that it's at right now. I mean, it's not showing that it's going to want to refill that wick. So I think the next 8 days are definitely going to tell us a lot.
Right.
Once that wick happened on Ethereum, and I mean, it happened on Bitcoin too, we kind of knew that because Bitcoin did stay in the range, that was showing a lot of strength as far as, it's not over. We're not going to go into a year-long bear market yet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't really see that wick on Ethereum getting filled. I think it's probably just going to continue to chop around at this level. And I don't know what catalyst it needs right now to get sent higher, but I think the fact that it's just showing strength. I mean, yeah, once Bitcoin can reclaim the February open and also reclaim that 106 level. But I mean, with this being the daily candles, I mean, it's like back around the time of the inauguration, Bitcoin went from, even lower than where it's at right now to back above all-time highs in the matter of 3 or 4 days.
Right.
So it's like it's not going to take long for the sentiment to change, for everyone to start jumping back in, for everyone to be super excited again. It's not going to take a lot. So over the next couple of days, I definitely would want to see Bitcoin reclaim the mid-level, show that it's going to hold above that like 99, 100,000 critical level,
Mm-hmm.
and then reclaim the 106, ideally in the first couple of days of March, and then inevitably just keep sending higher. So that's what we need.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is calling me?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting called too. What in the world? We're that fucking famous already? Hi, this is what in the world is going on here? Okay, so all right, let's see here. Anyways, with the RSI that we talked about on Bitcoin as well, like I said, this is where it's typically bottoming out at, and then look what happened. That's exactly where it bottomed out at. Whenever we got this retest of the yearly open, that's right at the bottom of where Bitcoin has been bottoming on the RSI, and we get this little bounce. So it's respecting this line right here. And if you keep kind of just basically a bouncy ball, losing steam, right? Keeps coming down, a little less bounces, a little less bounces, a little less bounces. This one right here, being that it bounced higher than these RSI bounces, you could see this, and you could see Bitcoin start to shoot back up into here, and you see it come back up into here, right? Now, whether or not we actually get the breakout, we're going to see, but that's what it looks like Bitcoin's trying to do, is just get a little bit of momentum on the RSI, and then boom, pump up, and then get a move up higher. So we go back to Ethereum, right? So this is what I want to show on a lower time frame. So on a lower time frame, just to get an idea of, is this going to come back down and refill this wick, or what are we doing on ETH? So when you look on a lower time frame, you can see a pennant pattern basically playing out on ETH. Okay, so I'll actually extend this out to like right here. Okay. So what's a pennant? So a pennant is basically, literally what I have drawn out. So the top is flat, and then there's an ascending lower trend line, right? Trend line below. So we'll say it can start here. So it keeps interacting with the top of this pennant, which is actually the top of the macro range that we have drawn out. So it makes sense why it keeps topping out there. All right, these lines actually do something. So tops out at the top of the pennant, boom, 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 right? And then keeps getting rejected back down into the pennant. But you see that the lows are continuing to be higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, without creating any higher highs yet. So this is a good reversal pattern. A lot of times this plays out as a reversal. So you come down, you get this big nuke. This was the liquidation event down here. And then you see this pennant start to form. Now, we did get this false breakdown. It was 2 days ago. So on the 18th, we had this false breakdown. Okay, and they could use this as a fake out, right, to get people bearish on this before pumping it back into the pennant, which actually did happen. So it stuck the landing. False breakdown, get back up into the pennant, and then we're going to keep moving like this. So ideally, if this is a reversal pattern that's going to play out, and we think that scenario we had drawn out with the 1, 2, and 3 happens, then we're going to continue to do something like this. So you keep coming up, you know, you retest it again until eventually you do what? Bang. You break out with conviction, and then you end up pumping higher. Okay, you finally break out of the range. So that's what we're looking on a lower time frame. Let's see if it plays. If it doesn't play, well, how do you see this as an invalidation? When do we say, okay, this is not going to happen? This structure did not play out. Well, then you would see something like this. So you would have to see like this, and then a breakdown again, just like we had it. Okay, so you get a breakdown just like we had, but instead of coming back up into the pennant like last time, you do an underside retest of the pennant, and then you break down. So instead of breaking back in, you break down, you do something like this, you come back down, and next thing you know, we're filling the wick. Okay? So those are our two scenarios that you want to pay attention to. So if you're looking at this on a lower time frame, you say, all right, are we going to get the wick to get filled? Pay attention to this pennant. If we break down and do an underside retest, all right, we're refilling the wick. If this still holds and this reversal pattern continues to play, which, like you said, Logan, was just true, we're going to know within the next week. Over these next couple of days, if we break out of this pennant to the upside, then we're going to start moving higher. So that's on what we're looking at on a lower time frame, just for you guys who are trying to trade intra daily, which I would not recommend, but that's how you would look at that. So I think that's the first time I showed you that pattern, though. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I mean, I look at it I say looking at it on a high time frame. I know normally we don't really look at anything lower time frame just because, I mean, Ethereum, when you zoom out, it's been in a range for 4 years. It's like, I think we both know that. That's why it's just, we keep preaching. It's so valuable to be invested in altcoins that are attached to a major,
Right.
Because you can have that conviction to know, okay, when you're invested in something that's directly correlated to the performance of the second largest asset in the entire class, you can know that eventually it may take 6 months, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but eventually that asset is going to move up. You know, there's billions of dollars on the line of people that aren't willing to lose money for forever. Like, I mean, people who are convicted to Ethereum, who have been invested in Ethereum long term, have been getting outperformed by Bitcoin for 3 or 4 years straight. Eventually, they're not going to allow that to happen any longer. Like, eventually, they're not going to let people just continue to print on shorts against Ethereum for years and years and years on end without any break in structure. So, you know, eventually it is going to happen. This time of the year that we're moving into would be, I mean, historically speaking, the most logical time for it to happen.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of if, you know, Pepe and Brett and Andy and Wolf are going to get attention and hopefully they catch a bid. It's like, no, I mean, if Ethereum goes up, which at some point it's going to, they're gonna catch a bid every single time. They've proven time and time and time again. Every single time Ethereum even moves up. I mean, at these levels, with how much smaller the Boys Club coins are, market cap wise, when Ethereum in the past couple months has pumped even 5 or 6%, we see those coins move 20 to 30% almost instantaneously.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get the move eventually. You know, Ethereum's just been kind of coiling at this point, and yeah, I mean, I think it's getting ready to springboard, and yeah, we just need to see some life. And I mean, Trump's been having World Liberty continue to load up on Ethereum. I mean, they're holding what, almost $500 million of Ethereum at this point. So, you know, with that being said, and he's the one that's kind of on the sticks as far as what we do. There's something in the works that's above our pay grade to know about, but
right. And that's what always gives me the ultimate confidence. It's the only other asset outside of Bitcoin that has an ETF. They've applied for staking rewards on those ETFs. So now you can get a yield from holding the Ethereum ETF. BlackRock loading up on Ethereum. Trump loading up on Ethereum. Other major players loading up on Ethereum. It's going to have its time. It's going to have its time. They're not accumulating just to lose money. Impossible. Not going to happen. So ETH, yeah, absolutely. Incredibly undervalued. And you know it's undervalued. Ethereum's undervalued because look at this chart. Against Bitcoin, it's been down only since fucking December 21, down only, right? It's heavily undervalued, which takes me into the next chart I wanted to take a look at with everybody because we didn't look at this on Monday. The Sol ETH chart, right? We didn't look at this, right? You don't remember this?
No, I remember someone put it in the chat
Right. It was
last.
TWT.
Yeah, he put it in the chat last week, but yeah, we didn't look at it.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Or not last week, on Monday.
He's in the Discord, super active, and he's put some good stuff in there. So, so TWT was bringing this up in the chat last week, so I want to pull this up for everybody to see. So this is Sol ETH pair. Okay, so if this chart's going up, Solana is a better hold than Ethereum. So Solana's outperforming Ethereum. If this chart goes down, Ethereum is outperforming Solana. So Ethereum's a better hold. Ethereum beta is a better hold. So this chart basically went to new all-time highs. Okay, and you could argue, right? If you want to be a gambling man, if you want to try to find some confluence in these charts, you could say that this was a blow off top right here. Okay. So Solana over ETH breaks out, goes to a new all-time high. So up here, kind of rejects on its previous all-time high, which was over here. Okay. So kind of just reaccumulates right by, or bull chops right by the previous all-time high, finally breaks out, comes back down, breaks out again, come back and doing a retest. Now, you could see something happen here. You could see one of two things. You could argue that this is going to come back and retest and then shoot up a little bit higher one more time before inevitably breaking down, okay? Or if you think it's topped out now, then it's coming down to do this. It's going to break down, underside retest, and then break down from here, okay? The point being is this chart is getting towards the end of its run, okay? And if Solana starts to puke, Solana over Ethereum starts to puke, that means Ethereum's outperforming Solana. That's a good thing for us in our beta. And I'm curious to hear what you think about this, but the mind share that Solana has on the market right now, I can't imagine how it could get any more mind share. It had the Trump coin, it had the Libra coin, Melania coin, all the shit coins, Dave Portnoy, everybody's launching all their meme coins on Solana. So you're having all this degeneracy, all this on-chain action happen on Sol. In my opinion, I don't see how it could gain any more mind share against Ethereum at this point where it could continue to outperform. I just don't see it happening. So when I see this little blow off top on this chart, that gets me excited because then I say, okay, hold on a second. This is showing me that now Ethereum has to start outperforming. There's not much more room for Solana to outperform ETH. So, and then of course, there he is right there. Yeah, Sol ETH is cooked, bro. Clear liquidity shift from Sol to ETH. Exactly. So, and what's happening then is as people start to get fed up with Solana and they're done with the trenches, done getting fucking absolutely robbed in the trenches, they start to rotate all that liquidity over to Ethereum because they see how undervalued it is. And then this chart starts to puke. ETH starts to pump. ETH BTC starts to pump. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that, Bees.
Yeah, so I mean, I think with Solana, the whole hype around it was obviously the speed that you can conduct transactions on the network, and then also little to no fees being able to conduct transactions. So obviously it makes for a ton of volatility. I mean, we see the same thing on the base network whenever meme coins get launched on the base network. A few of them were getting attention, like the Ski Mask Dog and whatever. A few of them were really catching bids because people were catching on to the fact that it operates similar to Solana network in those aspects. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are, like you said, they're starting to get fed up with it because they realize it's not even predictable volatility at this point. Like everything moves so fucking quickly. Like we saw with the Baron coin. I know I didn't play that, but I know you guys did a little bit. Some people in the community did. So, I mean, that coin pumped up to $350 or $400 million market cap and then fully retraced to like 15 million in the matter of a couple hours. So it's like once people are realizing that you can't even trade on the Solana network without using like Photon and having trading bots and stuff, like they're just going to realize that it's not, they can't even compete unless they're using bots and everything's just automated. And I think that once people get burnt, I mean, at least once, sometimes it takes a couple times of people getting cooked for them to learn their lesson. But, the more people that get wrecked trading on the Solana casino, people aren't going to be in love with that asset anymore. Like they're going to get tired of getting cooked
Yep.
and they're going to realize, okay, what's the problem here? Okay, there's zero trading fees. Everything happens so quickly. What would prevent this from happening to me again? Okay, the Ethereum network where people have to pay if they're trading on chain somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks on, low volume days whenever Ethereum network's really cracking, like, 80, 90, $100 per transaction.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, okay, the people who are launching coins on the Ethereum network are launching projects that they actually want stability in, and they actually want to be able to maintain long term. It's not just going to be a pump and dump, because people need to catch on to the fact that like people are launching this shit on Solana with that intention. Like they want it to blow up really quickly so that they can fully exit their positions and just dump on everybody else that's trying to ape in along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's where you're going to see the sentiment around Ethereum start to improve, is once people realize that those network fees, although they're annoying, especially if you're trying to get in for a small position and half your money you're investing is going towards the gas fees, but they're going to realize, those fees create a lot of stability in the projects. And yeah, I mean, more and more people are getting screwed over in Solana. I mean, I see on Twitter and stuff, a lot more people are tweeting out about the bad experiences that they've had. And I think it's going from less of a fun, enjoyable trading experience to just being so volatile and quick moving that it's just not even playable for the average trader.
Yep.
And yeah, you're going to see a lot of that liquidity start to shift back into Ethereum, and into Ethereum meme coins, which obviously would be great for us.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like this chart's topping out. It's blowing off and it's ready to come down lower, which would be great to see.
Absolutely. I drew some negative fibs on here. If you bring the fibs down to the 1.618, or if you think this draws us back down to the 1.618, that's beautiful. That's going to be a fucking huge move for ETH if we can get this to come all the way back down to this 1.618, which would be a good target for it. Also, if you guys just look at from let's get this out of here, just a market structure perspective. We've talked about this before, but typically whenever something is building short, it's to send it long. And if it's building long, it's to send it short. Right? So you're getting kind of this price action right here, right? Okay. So you see how this structure is building long in this channel, and you see how it's respecting this mid-range, comes up, comes back down, boom, boom, boom. You can make this a little bit tighter. Whoops. Fuck. Well, that wasn't. Whatever. You guys get the point? There you go. Nope. Still not good. Let me get it like right there. There. Okay. So you get this channel. And so typically when you see things build long like this, right, it'll keep doing something like this. And like we were building out on the fibs, you're going to get this breakdown. You're going to get this underside retest of the channel, and you're going to see a further breakdown closer to that 1.618. And you would probably, probably come back down into like this demand zone right here. Okay. So you would do something like that. Yeah, which is exactly how I built it. So come back down, you retest the demand, you kind of pop back up, come back down. You could do something like this, underside retest. And if we can even just get this to bleed down to this demand right here, we're looking beautiful. But that's how these charts will typically play out. You build long to move short. Now, vice versa, if this chart was, yeah, go ahead.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay. But yeah, this is this upward channel. This is a building upward channel. This is actually similar to how the USDT dominance channel looks like I was showing you guys on the one stream. Let me show you that actually real quick. Look at so this is going to be a great example. So pay attention to this. Look at this channel and how Sol ETH is building long like this in this upward channel. Okay. Now let's look at USDT dominance. Okay. Remember this picture. Where is the... Give me 1 second. Where the hell is my channel? There it is. Okay. I gotta put this in log, that's why. Okay. So remember that upward channel that we just drew on Sol ETH? It's the same thing as USDT dominance. It was building long in this upward channel, right? Finally, you get a breakdown from this upward channel. You build long to send short. So then you come back down. You get that underside retest I was just telling you guys about. And then you keep breaking down. And then you keep breaking down. You keep breaking down. So on a shorter time frame, that's effectively what we're doing on this chart. And it's going to be this one right here. Right? We're building long upward in this channel. You're going to get this breakdown. And then you're going to get this underside retest. Okay, like right there. Underside retest, and you're going to break down further. So what does that mean? Position in Ethereum. Because Solana is going to start losing value against ETH. That's the move that we're looking for. Okay? But yeah. Anything on that?
No. Yeah, I mean, just what I said. Yeah.
Beauty. Okay, so let's jump into... So I was going to have another chart after this. Oh, yeah. The one other chart that has this opposite, so you guys can learn how to look at this. Bitcoin, right? So we said build long, right? You build long to send it short. Okay, means send it lower. But look at this. Now if you get this channel like this, look, this channel goes in the opposite direction, right? So you build short instead of building up, right? You build short to eventually send it higher, okay? That's how you want to look at these channels. So if you see this downward channel, it's ranging, but you're getting this slow downward channel. This is building up momentum, building up pressure for that eventual move up higher. And then they do it vice versa with the upward channel. You're building long, gaining momentum or losing momentum as you're chopping higher, losing momentum, and then boom, nuke it down lower, right? So that's an example of the contrary. If you build short, you go long. Okay. Oh my gosh, am I just fucking drawing shit? All right. Cool. Now, everybody's favorite. A leaf! Any ideas on why Brett pumped today and not our boys? It's a good question. Did Brett pump? Let's see. Oh, whoops. Hide that. Oh, I guess you guys already saw it. Woo! I gotta make sure to turn off those drawings next time.
Brett got a candle.
Yeah, a little meat stick for Brett.
Whoa.
Brett got a new girlfriend. Meat it up. All right. So why did Brett get a meat stick? That's a great question, Leaf. Couldn't tell you. I would have to look into it. So it's at a $478 million market cap right now. It pumped up from 390. Genuinely, it could have just been a massive a whale accumulating. A whale could accumulate and cause a candle like that on a asset that size. It's possible. So I would check to see if somebody was accumulating. Or maybe there's a little bit of insider information that Brett's finally get its Coinbase listing. So some people that know people at Coinbase have some insider info could have started accumulating. That would be my other guess. But Brett is a fantastic buy here because it's right at the bottom of its range again, reaccumulating. This is when you want to be buying Brett, okay? Because now you reaccumulate Brett from the bottom of this range. You don't think that ETH is coming back down much lower. You've got yourself a clear 2.25x, 135%, 125% move just back up to this mid-range, just to the mid-range. You got over a 2x. Just to get back to the top of the range, close to previous all-time highs, you got a 5x on your hands. So you'll 5x your money from reaccumulating down here on Brett at a huge discount. You got a 5x. If you think Brett can finally go into price discovery, which is going to be confluent with price discovery with ETH. So if ETH finally goes into price discovery or even just gets back to 5K, it doesn't even have to get to price discovery, just higher than it's ever been this part of the cycle, you got a 13x. So 13x, $1,000 into 13 grand, 10 grand into $130,000. if you reaccumulate Brett down at these levels, and then you get the 1.618 to hit, which is not at all an outrageous target. That would be a very normal, very reasonable target if ETH can just pop back up to previous cycle all-time highs, which is about 5K. But yeah, what are you thinking about Brett, Harry? Brett's on a huge discount.
I'm looking through X right now. I'm looking at Crash's page, trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, maybe he was bull posting. Well, he's always bull posting, Brett.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if there's anything going on. Because I mean, it's up 22.5% today.
Yeah, it's a banger. That's why we hold all four, so you guys understand. There's a reason we hold all four. People ask me, well, why do we hold Pepe and Brett and Andy and Wolf? Shouldn't I just hold Andy and Wolf because they're the smallest, or shouldn't I just hold Pepe because it's the safest? No. You hold all four because if you do have a day like this on Brett, or you have some news for Brett where it gets listed on Coinbase, you want to be exposed to Brett. You also want to be exposed to Brett because you're exposed to the base chain as well. You don't want to be underexposed or not at all exposed to the base chain. Base chain is going to be one of the most bullish things that it's already bullish, but when it actually plays out, the onboarding of all those people onto the base chain through Coinbase, you're going to see, again, a massive flow of liquidity to that chain because that's how they get onto the Coinbase wallet. You're going to see a huge flow of liquidity there. So all that liquidity, where's that money going to go? To the number one meme coin on base, which is what? Brett. So you want to be exposed to all four because Brett could have a day like this and you don't want to miss out on something. Then Chase draws back down 10%. You get smoked. Boom, boom, boom. So that's why you want to have exposure to all four.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you see like with these coins being down 80% from the highs, takes so much less money to move these things so quick. Like they can just move so much quicker than they did before. It's like even whenever everything was starting to top out, you know, around the time of the inauguration, whenever Ethereum, or around the time of the election, whenever Ethereum was actually ripping, it was back up around 4,000. All the Boys Club coins were at pretty much in price discovery or very close to it. I think the only one that wasn't was Andy.
Right.
You know, Ethereum was having some big days going up 5, 6, 7% a day. And we were getting, I mean, definitely significant moves out of the Boys Club, but it was like 15, 20%. It's like now Ethereum's moving a couple percent. You're seeing these coins do 20, 30% moves.
Yep.
It's like, you know, the same people that were willing to shove liquidity into the Boys Club on days where Ethereum was green, those people are still willing to invest the same amount of money. But now that liquidity that's getting shoved in there is having a way more significant impact on the price.
Right.
So, you know, it's like we just got a 22% move today, and it's, you know, Brett's still below 5 cents. It's like it's down. Cheap. Yeah, I mean, it's still down. I mean, I think the highs on Brett were like what, 27 cents, 26 cents. So, you know, we're still down 70%, 75% from the highs, and you're able to get 22% move out of Brett on a daily candle. Mm-hmm. It's like once Ethereum actually starts moving, this shit's gonna, yeah, they're gonna fly.
It's gonna fly. Yeah, this looks like capitulation to me right here. That was the final, just puke dead because it was at over 2 billion and it drew all the way back down to $350 million market cap. I mean, just talk about fucking discount of discounts. And then you look at the rest of the chart. Look how high it had gone up. What was this, up to 2? Yeah, 2.4 bill. So right now, it just ripped its head off of supply again, though. So this is why you can't look at this chart and say, oh, it's up 20%. Let me just go ahead and ape into Brett now. Because if you don't understand what you're looking at, you're not understanding that you just came right back into supply. And every time we came back into supply, we rejected. Right? So now we get this fat move to the upside. Where do you come and stop at? Exact same level again, supply. So if you were playing this intelligently and you want to make money off of a move like this, you would see this capitulation right here, this last little nuke down. You would see this curl back up, and then you would want to open a long position here. So you would open long. You see it come back into supply up on these wicks. This is where you close your long. When you start to see this rejecting from the supply, you close the long, you take your profits. Okay. Vice versa, if you want to try to short this, Now that you see it come into supply and you say, all right, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taps into supply. If you don't think it's going to break through again this time, when it's up in here, this is whenever you open up your short position and then you play this move like this. You know, back down. Right? So, yeah. But that would be the play. That's how you play that. So you play it short up into the supply. All right. But yeah, why? Who knows? All right. There's many different catalysts for Brett and base chain, but I'm still bullish on Brett. Everything on the boys club is bullish. All right, get this out of here.
I didn't even know this happened, but I'm not bitching.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. Oh well, 20%, I'll take it. All right, let's get this back on the 1 day. Get a little larger time frame. But yeah, if you guys are gonna draw your range on Brett, this is how I would draw it, just so you guys have it. I'm looking at something like this. Something like that. So you actually, if you draw it like that, that would make sense, because you would have deviation to the upside, deviation to the downside. Okay. I would need to see Brett reclaim this to be super confident about this move. If you can't see Brett reclaim back into the range and start coming down and doing something like this, that's not looking good. That's not looking good, because that time, if ETH doesn't hold up, you'll probably start to see something like this on Brett, and it start to bleed out and die out. Now, I don't imagine that's going to happen, but it would make sense, because you have this deviation to the upside, deviation to the downside, get back up into the range, and then see what it starts to do. Okay. All right. Let's see the comments. So Bobby said, I heard Ethereum Brett that they're holding off on listing it because Coinbase, as long as possible, because it's the poster coin for baseball. Exactly. So we've talked about that before. Brett is in one of those situations where it's doing its job too well, so they don't want to promote it out of its position. This happens to the people in 9-to-5s, which I couldn't imagine, but they do their job so well that they don't want to promote them because they're just too good at what they do. So Brett is basically a way for Coinbase to onboard people to the base chain, which is what they want. That's their L2. That's how they make money. They want to promote usage of the L2. The problem is once they list Brett onto Coinbase Exchange, exchanges don't operate on chain. When you buy assets on a crypto exchange, you're not on chain buying the actual asset and holding the physical asset in a wallet. You don't actually ever hold an asset if you buy it off of an exchange. That's why you always got to take your assets off of the exchange and into a crypto wallet. So when you buy Brett on Coinbase, the actual exchange, if they listed it, you're not using their L2 base chain. You're not transacting on there. You're not paying gas fees. You're just paying transaction fees on the exchange. So it's in a situation where if they want to incentivize people to use base chain, they want them to have to go onto base chain to be able to buy Brett. So once they take it off of base chain, then obviously they lose that traffic. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What do you think, Harry? Harry.
What's that?
I said, what's up? I said, what do you think of that, Brett?
Oh, sorry. My computer's chopping.
Shitting itself.
Yeah, it's chopping a bit today.
Let's see. What did Alif say? Appreciate you guys keep it. Yeah, of course, Alif. We got you, player. Alif is somebody who just joined the network as well. For those of you guys that want to pay in crypto, Alif, he was the catalyst that broke into that payment system. So he actually paid using crypto, which will allow that if you're not in the US and you're not able to go through normal payment processing. If you guys do want to join the network using USDT, some type of crypto, email me or put it in the chat. I'll send you the email to get the wallet information for it, and then you guys will be able to sign up through the crypto. Okay, but outside of that, that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys come back with anything that you need for next stream, charts you guys want to look at, targets you guys want to look at for different types of assets. We can look at different chains like Solana, meme coins, because we're playing in the soul trenches too. We're just obviously publicly on YouTube, The big assets that we talk about are the boys club. If you want to see what we're actually buying and accumulating within the Discord before we talk about it publicly, we actually just hit an 8x on a coin from yesterday in the trenches. If you guys want to see what those assets are before we talk about them publicly, you're going to have to join the network. Okay, so the link is in the description. Join the Taylor's Code. Get access to the Discord. You'll be with myself, Logan, Bobby, all the gentlemen that we invest with when we're buying, when we're selling, what we're buying, what we're selling. And if you want to be a part of the private portion of the Discord, where you actually get my personal alerts, updates on my portfolio, on my positions, and then you can request analysis on your different charts, on your portfolio, et cetera, join the private crypto plays inside of the school. So when you join the school, the link is in the description. There's going to be a classroom section. You go into the classroom. There's going to be something called private crypto plays. You join that course. I'm going to send you the link to the Discord. Going to give you the correct role for the Discord. And you're going to have access to everything that we do in there. Okay. And yeah, of course, TWT, fucking stud, a leaf stud. Appreciate you, gentlemen. The last thing is there's a hero role that they were asking about in the Discord. We had our first hero join yesterday. So when you join and you sign up for the entire Discord, which is the fitness campus, e-commerce campus, and the crypto and private crypto plays campus, you're going to get a hero role and you get access to the entire Discord. Okay. If you want that, you're going to have to, again, message me individually after you join the school community. I'll let you know how to get that set up. We'll get you guys in there. We'll get you making money ASAP. All right.
I'm looking through Dex tools
Uh-huh.
for Brett. I was looking back at the transactions. Some guy over the course of like 3 hours clipped in, let's see.
I figured it was a whale.
Yeah, over the course of 3 hours, clipped in like 180 grand.
That's not bad.
Into Brett. So he's holding $650,000 worth of Brett right now. So, a few months ago, or back in like November, December, whenever Brett was at like 2.4, 2.5 billion, that wouldn't have really made a huge difference. But with where Brett's at right now, I mean, overnight it was down to like 360 million, 370 million. Someone clipping in a couple $100,000 definitely is going to be enough to move the chart a bit. So hopefully he's doing it for a long-term trade. He's seeing the potential. He's not just looking like you saw there of the retest of the supply,
right?
And trying to trade this over the next couple of days. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Some people who have enough powder, they'll open up long positions on an exchange on Brett at that capitulatory bottom. Then they'll clip in themselves, buy the asset to pump the price, take profit, close their long, and then sell the position too with their profit, and then it just sends it back down. Some people will do that. Well, you gotta play the market, baby. All right, gentlemen, fucking fantastic stream. We'll see you guys again on Saturday for the university meeting. I'm gonna bring you guys some fucking fire. Continue to develop ourselves, raise our lids as leaders, raise our lids as men, women, everything, right? Continue to grow. And if you guys need anything from Logan, he should be posting a video. Oh yeah, give him your YouTube. I don't think you ever give him your channel.
Yeah, it's BZ Fitness, BEEZY Fitness. Used to be my firework channel in like middle school. So a lot of all those videos are still listed on there. If you guys ever want to check those out too,
Good content. He was built for YouTube.
Yeah. 11 years ago. But yeah, so that's the YouTube account. You'll see the most recent one. It's just another Saturday. It's just the vlog style video from last Saturday. Right now, I mean, I just recorded everything, edited it on my phone in like 15 minutes. So the edits and everything will definitely continue to improve going forward. I'm going to have a couple of people that I've been talking to about being able to work with me on recording stuff and editing. So definitely going to try and get the quality of the videos improved over the coming months. But give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what I'm doing, what exercises I'm doing, what I'm taking for supplements. And I'm going to continue to post on there frequently. So
beautiful. BZ Fitness, BEEZY Fitness. Go subscribe and we'll see you on Saturday, gentlemen. All right. Give him a little Mr. Producer.
Good night.
There it is. All right, you freaks. I know you guys are waiting for that.